Good afternoon again, classmates. This is Lindley Anderson back with video number 2 for instructional technologies, and I'd like to talk to you about livebinders.com. So Livebinders was a website that a colleague and I discovered about 4 years ago, and we used it for a multi-genre writing project that we had our 8th graders complete, where it involved them researching an endangered animal and then producing multiple types of writing about that animal. And we wanted a way to go paperless so that we weren't overwhelmed with trying to grade paper, and so that students could have access to their works outside of class, because it was going to require them to do some work at home. So we found Livebinders, and so I'd like to talk to you about it today. Livebinders can be for education, business, or conferences. Of course, we're concerned with the education. And I went ahead and signed up for a new account because my old account apparently had been deactivated due to dormancy. So when you sign up, then your home bar here says Home, My, which is your account, Featured, and of course, they always want you to upgrade. So I'm going to click on the My tab. And you can see here, it brings you to your account where you have several options. Over here on the left, you can see that you have 3 types of binders. You have public binders, which are binders that you can share with anyone on livebinders.com. So it's an interactive live content website, which is great because there's a lot of great, we'll go and look at some public binders here in just a moment. You can have private binders. If you're wanting to use this for digital storage of, say, your grading rubrics, past works from students to use as examples or models for future students, but you don't necessarily want other people to have access to those. And then there's the assigned binders. And the assigned binders is actually a new feature since the last time that I used this. And so I don't really know a whole lot about that, but I'm assuming it is where you can assign certain binders to certain classes. So if you have, for instance, if you're a middle school or a high school teacher, you're going to have a minimum of at least 6 classes throughout the day, and perhaps your classes are not all in the same place, so you create a separate binder for each of them. Or if you're a teacher with more than one prep, you could have specific binders for those classes. That's what I'm going to presume the assigned binders tab is for. So moving up here to the top, you can see that first you can create a new binder. You can also create a new shelf where you organize your binders by category or content. You can see your uploaded files. You can see binder stats. If you make them public, you can see how many times people have viewed them, how many times people have watched your videos or accessed your information. Comments that people might have left for you, and the lovely trash can, because you never know, you might accidentally delete something, and so you might need to go in and recover it. So they have a tutorial binder when you sign up that you can take yourself through in order to get yourself started. So if we click on this and open it up, you'll see that it's titled Your First Binder. Right? It gives you the option of watching a video version of Getting Started, which is right over here, and that will lead you step by step through how to set up your first binder and all of the features that Livebinders can do for you. PDF for those of us who are better at reading and teaching ourselves. A print tutorial that you can print off on the basics that might be helpful for when you're first introducing your students to Livebinder, to give them a copy of that to have in their notebook. Or excuse me, how to quickly upload multiple files at once. So it says to make sure you are in edit mode, which is right here. So if we want to edit this binder, we would click on edit mode, which I will do at this time. So when we're in edit mode, you can see that it will instruct you that each tab can have content, and here is a list of the content that you can put on each tab. So when we created our Livebinder, we made an instructional Livebinder for the entire research project, and each tab contained the genre that we were asking the students to write in, and then within that tab we placed the grading rubric, the instructions, and the models that we showed the students to help them when they were working outside of class. So if you want to add a web page, you simply copy and paste a link. Adding content is like uploading files or adding text or any other content that you want. When you're finished creating your binder and adding all the materials, you have the option to change the name, the description, who you would like to grant access to, and even fun stuff like changing the colors or the look if that's important to you. Renaming a tab is as simple as clicking on it and then changing the name. If you want to share your binder with a particular group, then here is where you would grab that link to send out and share. And then, of course, you always have your help function. Okay, so here is what your edit mode looks like. Right, and you would just need to go through to set up your first binder. For the purposes of time saving, I'm not going to set up a binder today, but I do want to take you back, and I want to go back to our home page, right? And I wanted to show you the featured tab. So featured live binders are binders that others have given access to the public. So for example, here's one titled First 5 Days. And if you just hover over the title, it'll give you a description. Here's one, Leveraging Social Media for Schools, outlining the hottest social media apps and how we leverage them for learning. So this is actually a great resource for teachers, much like Pinterest, but it's also useful to get your students engaged and interacting with one another as well. So you can access the featured binders and do some professional development for yourself. Here's one on growth mindset, if you were wanting to teach that. So the featured binders are a really great way to just get familiar with the website itself and all that can be done for you. So I'm going to click on this Leveraging Social Medias for Schools. So up here you'll see you have your tabs. So overview, contact information, and then it's going to outline the 5 top social media that our students probably use: Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, Voxer, and Twitter. So if I just click on Snapchat, you see here it has sub-tabs that you can add in so that students can easily navigate or other professionals can easily navigate the section that they are wanting to participate in. So here's a complete Snapchat guide. So here they've added a web link, and then you can access it. It'll take you out of LiveBinder and open that up for you. Snapchat's education page. So they've just added content links here. But this is what your binder would look like. It would have its tabs across the top, and then of course your pages. That's what each of these are, with the information for that particular tab. So that is a quick introduction to livebinders.com, and the standards that I'm tying to this particular technology are the ISTE.E.6b for educators, which is managing use of technology in student learning strategies in digital forms, virtual environments, hands-on maker spaces, or in the field. And then also the TPACK standard of Technical Knowledge 1, modeling and teaching safe, legal, and ethical use of digital information and technology. It could also fall under content knowledge if that's what you're using it for, designing and facilitating lessons or opportunities reflecting subject content and academic knowledge. So I hope that you will find LiveBinders useful to you, and that is the end of video number 2. Thank you.